Hello, everybody. My name is Oliver Bass, otherwise known as Bass in the Past, joined alongside by a brand new face here in the Very Danger Taco, and this is the esports.net Rocket League show, a show all about Rocket League and why we love the game so much. And today, we're talking about the best mods for Rocket League, because, Taco, there's a lot of different mods throughout the community, but, I mean, honestly, kicking off this list, we have to talk about, by far and away, the most popular one out there in BakkesMod.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that was huge and coming for a while within Rocket League because when you make the game, the vanilla game, just the core gameplay is fantastic. We all love Rocket League, but the thing is that eventually every game goes a little stale. So you need something to shake it up. BakkesMod comes in and says, hey, I have an injector in this game. And then if you have some coding knowledge, just put something random together. Just kind of throw it all together. BakkesMod is basically what enables us to make all the mods for these games possible. It is something that is freely updated. You can download it for your PC, be able to plug in all these different modifications, and it is maintained by this dude just solo. Now there's a community together helping him, but it's insane to see really everyone come together, and they're not using it for cheating. It's actually directly opposed to it. It's literally just for making just fun things to be able to help out the game and not doing anything malicious, which is in itself a great feat that really restores my faith in the gaming humanity.
It's really cool also to see because of the fact that it's just sort of like this gateway to so many other things that are not just necessarily modifications for the game, but little extra stuff as well. Everybody who's watching this, I would imagine, has seen RLCS before, and crazy thing, overlays all through BakkesMod, all of these sidewalls, all the little panels you see for custom advertisements, all through BakkesMod. Stuff like this, it just kind of goes into a deeper depth to where there is so much accessibility through BakkesMod that can kind of create to the rest of what we're going to speak about today on the show. Because again, modding goes oh so far. You can see it on larger content creators in terms of Sunless Khan, Lethamir, John Sandman, who've all been pushing individual mods through their content. One of those individual mods that we're going to also talk about here today is none other than aimbot. Now, this is an interesting one because you talk about, not being malicious. This isn't malicious as much as it might sound malicious because you can't use aimbot online. But if you hop into a private match with a couple of your friends and maybe want to mess with them and tell them how good you've gotten at Rocket League, crank aimbot all the way up to 100, take a shot from in basically your backcourt, and you're still probably scoring on your friends who are going to get a little bit upset to see that you've maybe progressed and climbed a little bit further than them in your Rocket League skill.
This is one of the more basic ones that you do see within this, and that mods get really esoteric and really strange, but aimbot is the basic one. It makes you aim better. It makes you score a little bit easier. It just drags the center focus of the ball to kind of magnetize it in. It's almost like there is just this force of gravity that is just going to suck the ball as quickly as possible into the middle to bang it through. And that stuff is really nice to be able to see, be able to throw it together, but it also makes things really difficult. It makes every game turn into a game of Heat Seeker, which definitely causes a lot of pandemonium there, but certainly a great way to prank people, especially as that's been used probably as the primary way of doing it within the content creation sphere.
It very much is. It's really about just kind of making a little bit of a gag out of your friends and just kind of poking fun at what is their, I don't know, inability to understand what's going on. But to be fair, that's probably the least confusing of the mods that we have on this list here. The next one up is something called Double Trouble. Now, this one is truly chaos. This is not just, oh, haha, funny prank on friends. This is, oh, I don't know what's going on. Because every time that you touch the ball or score with it, it duplicates. You go from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8. You can see where this starts to get a little bit confusing as every single time that you score, every single time you touch it, you can really edit the mods, do however you want it to react, and just kind of duplicate the balls until all of a sudden you're not really sure what net you're scoring on or what the score actually is. It's a very chaotic mod, and to be fair, again, this is kind of poking more fun at it. This is not something you're going to use online. This is not something you're going to use in anywhere, but just kind of having fun with your friends in a random lobby. And that's, again, kind of the goal with a lot of these mods is to create a little bit of creativity outside of the standard Rocket League sphere.
Yeah, and I think this is also a weird mod, particularly because people are saying, well, that must lead to a lot of high scoring games. The second kind of hidden tier of this mod is that every time the ball duplicates, there's only still one real ball.
Yep.
So even if you score a fake ball, it'll just go and disappear. And then suddenly you have to figure out, okay, well, out of all these hundreds of balls that are kind of rolling around, which is the one I actually need, which then causes just even more pandemonium because it's like you don't even need to defend half the time, but eventually something's going to go through. It's definitely something that if you just want to play something and just scream into the comms with your friends or something and just have a really weird time, that is like the perfect mod for it. It's nothing about strategy. It's all just about making sure you're facilitating all of the just hectic nature of what that mod brings.
And the hectic nature of that mod is probably going to be the most hectic on this list. The next one we're going to go and look at here is going to be FIFA within Rocket League. Now, everybody knows what FIFA is. Everybody understands what FIFA is. So what does that mean to inject it into Rocket League? Well, as seen in a video from, I believe, Lethamir from a couple of years ago, either Lethamir or Sunless Khan, the idea is just basically a top-down view to look at it how you would look at a pitch within a FIFA game and have that go more off of Rocket League. So you're looking at it from more of a third-person perspective. Now, it messes with your ability to play with the ball. It messes with the abilities that you've kind of learned, all the transferable skills from playing Rocket League normally. And that's the whole point. Redefine the game, replay it. It's a basic idea. Again, Rocket League is a 5 minutes in one singular map. Although this map has changed in terms of decorations, the standard sizing of it is about the same. So it's more or less just kind of messing with everything and making it a little bit of a different perspective.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing that I do really like, is particularly because when you do look at a lot of these things, it's usually you're looking at, for example, Rocket League Sideswipe. It is from more or less a 2D perspective. You're just looking at it from left to right, and then you're looking potentially at another side of this in Rocket League. That works fine, but you have to fly. Then you also have to manipulate depth, and how much do you do that? Also, passes, like in FIFA, go directly to the player you're aiming at. That is not the case in Rocket League. So half of it is just the fun of saying, hey, this is kind of like that other game, but half of it is also like, wait, I don't think I know how to play this game when the camera's not locked behind my car.
It's a little bit confusing, but to be fair, that's kind of the goal of all of these mods, is to keep you on your toes, make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more exciting, because again, the world of Rocket League is such a standard go over and over again type of game that it is usually going to need some sort of variation. So again, huge shout out to all of the mods that we have listed here today. BakkesMod for really being the injector, the base for all of these other mods to build off of, and then aimbot, Double Trouble, and FIFA within Rocket League. Like we said, if you guys want to learn more about this, the best way to do it is to go to YouTube and go look at different teams and different people who are putting on things like this. Again, Sunless Khan, Lethamir, John Sandman, Waitin, I know is another one who's done similar things to this. I think Verge has done some similar stuff. So as long as you can get a little bit creative with the ways that you are approaching your Rocket League games, there's a lot of fun to be had here. And, well, Taco, hopefully there's more fun for these guys to have in the future, because that's all that we have, guys, today for the esports.net Rocket League show. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you guys next week. Have a good one.